Now, you may have heard that when it comes to Amazon wholesale, it's all about the numbers, right? It's a numbers game when it comes to wholesale suppliers. You've either heard this from me in the past or you've heard it from somebody else. But how many suppliers do you actually need to create a successful wholesale business on Amazon? Hey, what's going on, guys? Marvin here. Welcome back to another video. Now in this video, I'm going to break down how many suppliers you actually need to be successful when it comes to Amazon wholesale and selling on the Amazon platform. But before I do, like always, make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit the like button if you like these kinds of videos to support the channel, help me grow, and always check down in the description for a bunch of resources and links to different playlists that are just going to help you out. Also, my Instagram is down there, my Facebook, and the free Facebook group is down there. So if you guys want to join the free Facebook group that's growing every single day and join a like-minded community, then make sure to join it down there. All right, so how many suppliers do you actually need? Now, at one point or another during your journey to going to Amazon wholesale or transitioning to Amazon wholesale, you've probably asked yourself, how many suppliers do I actually need? Now, the answer to this question is it depends. It depends on the amount of capital that you're starting with. If you're starting with a large amount of capital, then you can pretty much work with whoever you want. You can find one supplier and just grow with them. And if you find one big supplier and you have a large amount of capital, you can grow with them for a long time until you want to expand into other categories or you want to expand into other suppliers. If that supplier happens to be like a niche supplier, for example. The reason you can do this is because you have so much more money, right? So if you have so much more money, you're going to get a lot larger discounts. Now, when it comes to this business, the more money you have, the easier things are going to be for you. You can open up accounts and you're going to have more chances of being profitable with that supplier than somebody who's coming in and starting with, a low amount of capital. But now on the flip side, if you have a low starting capital, like I did when I started out, then you're gonna have to be a little more picky. You're gonna have to be a little more strategic on where you spend your money. Now, the reason you have to do this is because you wanna be picky on who you spend your money with, because you wanna be the most profitable you can, and that's gonna depend on you as a person. And it doesn't mean that you can't just work with one supplier. You might run into one supplier and they might just be a great supplier and that's where you spend all of your money. That's ideal. But if they're not, because you're starting out with a smaller amount of capital, you may have to shop around a bit and weigh out your options with a few different suppliers before you just, pull the trigger with one, just to make sure you're being the most profitable you can be. It worked out really well for me with my first supplier because I was starting out with a small amount of capital. I started out with $2,000. And that particular supplier, who I still work with to this day, had very fast selling products that were very profitable. So I was starting with a small amount of capital, but it was making me a lot of money, right from the start. So it just depends on the supplier. This isn't a end all be all what I've said today, that you need a large amount to work with one and you need a low amount and you can work with a bunch. It's not set in stone. It just depends on the suppliers that you're working with and depends on the relationships that you're building. But it's a good rule of thumb that when you do have a large amount of capital, you can just stick to one or two suppliers. And when you have a small amount of capital, you might want to shop around a little bit just to make sure that you're getting the most profitable products that you can. It doesn't mean to go and get, paralysis by analysis because you have a bunch of different options. It just means you want to shop around a little bit because you want to be more profitable to grow that small capital into a larger amount of capital so that you can grow your wholesale business. You might be asking yourself, okay, what ROI should I be looking for? It just depends on you. What ROI are you comfortable with? 10%, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever it may be, that's up to you. But don't forget that although they may be giving you a smaller ROI at first, they can grow into being more profitable down the road. Especially if you know how to negotiate and you build a good relationship with your supplier, then that supplier can become more profitable than they first appeared to be. So be choosy in that way as well. So if you have, let's say two suppliers and one has, a slightly more profitable products than the other one, but you think that other one has more potential, to give you bigger discounts, to work with you, and you just like the relationship you're building with this supplier, then go with that supplier. Follow your instincts, and that supplier may become better than this supplier originally appeared to be. And then once you guys grow to a larger amount, you're gonna find that you're not working with a ton of suppliers. I mainly work with about 3 suppliers right now. I still buy from a few other suppliers, that I have on my list, but I mainly spend the majority of my money with about 3 suppliers every single month. So once you grow a little bit, you're going to find that you're going to stick to certain suppliers. You're not going to be buying from, 20 different suppliers or 30 different suppliers. It just doesn't work that way. You're going to build a relationship You're going to negotiate price, you're going to find these profitable products, and you're going to grow with a set amount of suppliers. Doesn't mean you can't buy from more suppliers, it just means that that's usually how it works, right? I started off buying from probably 10 different suppliers and just buying every single month, and then as I grew, I just started lowering that list down and down and down until I found a set 3 that I wanted to work with and build with. So those 3 are my main suppliers that I spend the majority of my money with. And then I still make some orders, with other suppliers as well. But that's probably what's going to happen to you, once you start growing a little bit. All right, guys, but that is how many suppliers you need to be successful on Amazon. If you have a large amount of capital, you can work with 1 or 2 right from the start. If you have a smaller amount of capital, then, spread your wealth a little bit. Try to do a little more strategic planning when you are going to spend your money. All right, guys, so if you found this video helpful, make sure to let me know by tapping that like button and commenting something down below. Also, make sure to check down the description. I have a bunch of playlists that is going to help you out. I have a free training down there that's also going to help you. And then I also have my Instagram and the free Facebook group that I think you guys should join. And you guys should follow me on Instagram. I'm going to start posting there pretty much daily. So if you want to follow me on there, make sure to follow me on there. And then also make sure to subscribe to my second channel, which is going to be a vlog channel. I think you guys are going to really like it when it does come out. It's coming soon. There's no videos posted yet, but make sure to subscribe so that when they do come out, you guys will be notified. Also, if you guys want to know how to do Amazon product research the wholesale way, then make sure to watch the video on the screen. I'll see you guys in the next one.